Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, I will basically build out this application which is Instagram user information finder app. So with this help of application, you will be able to actually get the information about any Instagram user, and you just need to provide the Instagram username, and you will basically see this is the application that I developed in Bootstrap, Node.js and Express, and we are using an external Python script which fetches the information about the particular Instagram user. So here you need to provide the Instagram username, and let me provide, and click on this button, generate profile info, and as you click the button it will show the information in a tabular structure, and it will calculate the information and show this. You will see full name, username, number of followers, number of following, and if you click this profile picture it will show you in the next window, open new window, where you can basically download the profile picture. And this is the biography, number of posts, if it's a verified account or not, it will tell you. And also it will show you the account URL, so you can simply go to the account URL. You will see all these things matches 9357. So we are simply fetching all these details and showing it in the browser. You can do it for any username that you want, just change it and it will still work. Click on that, and we are simply using a simple Python script which fetches all this data. You will see that you can basically enter any Instagram username, and it will basically show you all this information that you. So we will try to build this application, and for doing this we are using a package of Python which is Instaloader. Instaloader is a third-party package of Python which allows you to actually get all this information in Python, and we are using this Python script in Node.js to actually call this script in Node.js to actually build out this web application. So if you need the full source code of this application, the link is given in the description. You can directly purchase the full source code. After you purchase it, you will be able to download the zip file from Google Drive, and you will get this directory structure. Let me show you. This is the actual directory structure of the final application. We have this instaprofile.py file, which is the actual Python script which is responsible for fetching the details of an Instagram user, and we are displaying it inside the EJS template, and this is our backend code of Express. So now I will start building this application from scratch. So first of all, you need to install Express, EJS. So these are the two packages that we need to install inside our Node.js application. Express will be the backend server and EJS will be the template engine. So these are the two dependencies which are needed for this application. Simply install this. I've already installed this. So I will start my backend server. So I will simply delete all this source code and start from scratch. So I will delete everything and start from the blank. We have this index.js file which is currently empty, nothing is present. So first of all guys, we will now be constructing our Express server. So what I will do is that I will require the Express, and we will simply make a new Express app, and this app will be listening on port number 5000, and in the callback function we will simply write here that app is listening on 5000 port number. So after that you do this guys, we need to set the view engine as well, which is EJS that we installed, app.set view engine, which is EJS. And also guys, we also need to include body parser middleware, which is express.url encoded extended to false. These two lines we need to write because we are working with forms. We need to get the form data. So just write these two middlewares, which is of body parser, which is built in inside Express in the latest version of Express. So after you do this, we will basically make a simple get request. So whenever someone goes to the home page, they will simply see the template of EJS response.render, and simply we will pass the name of the template, which will be index. So by default guys, EJS uh, store the template in the views folder. You need to make the views folder and just create the template, which is index.ejs, which is an extension. And right here, EJS is nothing but JavaScript containing HTML code containing some JavaScript code. So we will be writing logic with the help of JavaScript. Conditionally, we will show some HTML based upon some JavaScript. So this is all EJS, embedded JavaScript template. So right here, we will give it just a title to this application, that is Instagram info finder. And right here, we will have to include the bootstrap CDN. Just after the title, simply paste the CDN. We have included the CDN so that we can use bootstrap. So we will use container class of bootstrap, and we will have a heading in the center position, that is Instagram user info finder. And after this, we will have a simple form. This form will actually go to, we will make a simple get post request, get Instagram info, and this method will be of post, and autocomplete I will set it to off. And inside this form, we will have some fields here, which will be a form group class of bootstrap. Inside this, we will allow the user to enter the username. So here we will simply tell the user, please enter Instagram username. So this is our label, and after this we will have an input type of text. Name will be username, and it will be required, and we'll give it a class of form control. That's all. So if you just go to localhost 5000, you will actually see a input field available where you will enter the username. After this, we will have a simple button. So again, form group class, this time button, btn danger, btn block. So it's a full size button, and then we will simply say generate profile info. So if you just refresh now, there will be a button out there, and now if you click this button, we will actually make this post request, which is get Instagram info. We'll simply make this get request, get Instagram info. So here guys, we will use call the Python script and pass the username. So right here, we will first of all get the username that the user is passing by using request.body.username. So you just need to match whatever name attribute that you have given to this. So this needs to be matching. You need to write the same thing right here, request.body.username. After this, we will simply compare that if the username is not available, in that case, we will simply return an error message, that is username not provided. So if the username is available, in that case, we will call the Python script path, and we will call that script as instaprofile.py, which is present in the same directory. And now to call that Python script, we will actually use the execute method from the child process package, which is built in Node.js. So here we will actually use this execute method, and we will actually call the Python script Python followed by the address, which is Python script, and here we will pass the username as an argument, and we will put a comma, which is error standard output standard error. These three parameters will be passed in the callback function, and here we will simply compare that if any sort of error take place, in that case we will return a error message, and error occurred. Now just need to make this script guys, which is insta profile in the same directory. And for this script to work, you need to install a package, third-party package, which is Instaloader, that I already showed you at the starting of the video. You need to install this package Instaloader in the command line using this command. Simply install this, and I have already installed it, so I will not install it once again. So now this Python script guys, which we need to import Instaloader, and we also need the system module. So every Python script contains a main function. So we will define the main function right here. We will get the username that the user passes system.argv1, and we will basically calculate the user information by calling a function which is get user info. This is a custom function that we will write. We will pass the username like this, and after this we will simply compare that if user info is returned, then we will basically print out. So now we just need to define this function, which is def get user info. We have the username passed in this function. So right here we will simply say instaloader dot instaloader. We will instantiate it, and then try instaloader package contains a method called as profile. You will see as I drop down, you will see all these methods are available. One such method is profile, and in that we will basically get biography, followers, external URL. All these methods are available. One such method is from username, and here we can actually provide our context and the actual username, and based upon that username we will calculate the user info. And this will be a simple object that we will construct, which will have all these properties, which is full name, and full name will be equal to the profile dot full name. Let me just show you what this returned to you. Let me print out the profile just to show you if it is working or not. So we will also have a except block right here. If any exception take place, so exceptions dot profile. If the profile doesn't exist, in that case this exception will take place, profile not exist exception, and we will simply return none. And if any other exception take place, we will return exception as e, and we will print out a error message, error fetching profile of user, return none. So now if you want to call this Python script, we will simply call this like this: Python insta profile and py, and then followed by the username. If you just pass the username, so if the profile does exist, then it will return an object. You will see it has returned this object right here. Now we need to destructure this object. If you see, we need to construct an object here, user info, and this object will contain some properties. Full name property, we can get this profile dot full name, put a comma, and then we will get the username using profile dot username. Then followers in this way, profile dot followers, and we need to format that, so we can basically call a third party method that we would define. We will simply pass this followers to this function as an argument. So this function will actually convert these followers to, if the followers are large. So I would define this method. So it simply is adding this million or k. So if the user has million followers, then it will show 1 million followers. So it is just formatting the numbers. So it is using some mathematics and it is doing this process. And after we get the followers, in the same way we will get the following as well, the persons which the user is following. Profile dot followees, and then we need to get the profile picture, which is a profile dot profile pic URL. Then we get the biography. All these details you can get using this module. Profile dot biography, number of post, profile dot media account, and then verified account, profile dot is verified. and then account URL. So this thing you can get like this: HTTPS, whether the account is valid or not, profile.username. So after you construct this object, we will simply return this object back to the user using this function return user info. So now we are actually getting this object, and based upon that, if the user info is we are getting, we will simply, let me just once again call this. You will actually get an object right here. We are simply printing this object that you can see right here. This is the actual JSON object that we constructed, and it has contained all these details right here: full name, username, followers, following, profile picture, account URL, verified account. So all these properties are available. Now we simply need to simply transfer these details, key value, in user info items. And here we just need to print. So we just need to print these details like this. We copy this and paste it. So we have just formatted the response, and now if you do this, it will look something like this. You can see. So every detail is coming per line. So we will parse this response coming from this Python script in our Node.js to actually show this details in the browser. So after you do this, we will actually now, after this, we will construct our output by using standard output dot trim. We will trim all the white space, and then we will construct a profile data object which will be empty by default, and right here we will simply split output dot split. We will parse the data by new line character. So for each new line, we will run a simple for each loop. For each line, we need to get the data. So we will construct this key value pair, key value, and we will simply say line dot split, and we will split this by colon, and by colon we will say profile data key is equal to value. So by this simple logic, we are simply parsing all these responses by one line at a time, and we are, whenever we have colon, we are storing these in our. So after we do this, our profile data is now constructed. Now we can re-render the template, and this time now we can simply pass our profile, which is equal to profile data, and error will be nothing. And we also need to pass these two things whenever we render it for the very first time right here. So this time here profile data will be undefined and error will be nothing. That's all. So now we just need to display this profile data object inside our EJS template. So right here, now to display this, just after the form is ending, we will simply use some EJS, which is like this. We have a if condition. We are writing some valid JavaScript right here. If the error variable is available, in that case, we will basically show a alert message to the user that this user doesn't exist. So we'll give it a class of alert danger. We will basically display the error message, which is coming from the like this. So we also need to close this. So like this. We also have the else block. Else if the profile is available, in that case So these are the brackets that we want to do. This is the EJS syntax. If the profile is available, in that case, if the error is there, we are showing the alert message. If the profile variable is there, in that case, if you see, we are basically passing the profile. We are actually passing the profile if you see. So whatever variable that you call in this file index.js, so we are calling it profile and error. So we are just in our EJS template we are replacing here profile, because we are checking here if this do variable exist. In that case, conditionally we are rendering the HTML. So now we are simply telling that if the profile is available, in that case we will show the details in a tabular structure, bootstrap table. So table striped, and so this will we will display this information, full name, all these things, which is full name, username, followers, following, profile picture, biography, number of post. So if you just refresh now, just start the server, nodemon index.js. It is saying that profile is not defined. Oh, sorry, we just need to make sure that we call it profile, not profile data, profile. So if you now see, that section is not executed because profile is undefined. If you see, an error is also not there. That's why these things are not showing. The table is not showing. So now as you write the username, then only the table will show. As you So now you can see the table is showing, but the information is not showing. Now to show that information, we need to use a simple for loop. Just after that, we can simply table body, and we can basically say profile. This is an array, so we are basically writing this indexes, which is full name. This is a simple way by which we can embed variables in EJS. So simply we will copy this username, followers, following. We will change this to username. So if you just refresh now, the information will show. You will see that followers, following are showing. In the same way, we can show the profile picture as well. You can see profile is equal to profile picture, and this is biography, number of post. You can see biography, it is number of post, verified account, all that. So if you just refresh now, enter the Instagram username, and now it will show you all this information in a tabular structure. You will see full name, username, followers, following, profile picture. You can just download. You can go to the actual account. So this makes it very much easy to actually explore any account by using just the username, and it will show. If the user doesn't exist, then it will show this error message and error occurred. So if the username is not valid in this case, so Harsh. So if the username is valid, in that case, it will actually show you this information. You will see that. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel. If you need the full source code, you can directly purchase. The link is given. You can directly purchase it. You will get this directory structure after you purchase, and you can download it from Google Drive. and I will be seeing you in the next video. Until then, thank you very much.